जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन जमुना तीर बनचारी जमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीर बनचारी यमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय स्वात् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी भगवान की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तमंड की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण भोग गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। गुरु द्वारका धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देयर समर्थ। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देयर समर्थ। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
भगवते वासुदेवाय। सत्यं शोचं दया शांति त्याग संतोष आर्जवं शमो दमस् तपः साम्यं तितिक्षा उपरति श्रुतं ज्ञानं विरक्तिः ऐश्वर्यं शौर्यं तेजो बलं स्मृति स्वातंत्र्यं कौशलं कांति धैर्यं माधवं एव च प्रागल्भ्यं प्रश्रयः शीलं सः ओजो बलं भगः गाम्भीर्यं स्थैर्यं आस्तिक्यं कीर्तिर्मानो अनहङ्कृति एते चान्ये च भगवन् नित्या यत्र महागुणाः प्रात्या महत्त्वम् इच्छद्भिर्न वियन्ति स्म कर्हि चेत् तेन अहं गुणपात्रेण श्रीनिवासेन साम्प्रतं शोचामि रहितं लोकं पाप्मना कलिना ईक्षितम्.
So, Dharitri, the earthly planet, was lamenting that due to the contamination done by the Kali, I am thinking I am lost of all these good qualities. So, Shaucham, Sattam, truthfulness. We must remember always that we are part and parcel of God. So, we have all the good qualities of God. That is our nature. Just like the drop of the ocean water, it has got all the qualities of the ocean. There is no doubt about it. Therefore, even if we take a little drop of ocean water, because the ocean water is salty, we taste the water salty. The salt is there also, but in minute quantity. The ocean has got millions and trillions of tons of salt, and here in the drop of the water there is a grain of salt. But salt is there. Another example, just like a little portion of gold. So, that is also gold. It is not iron. So naturally, in our original position, we have got all the good qualities of God. Now, due to the material contamination, the godly qualities are now covered. The godly qualities are there, but it is covered. That covering is possible due to our very minuteness, very small quantity. Therefore we are fallible. But Krishna is not fallible. Another example, big fire and the spark. The spark is also fire, but it has got the potency to become extinguished. Suppose a spark falls down from the original fire, down, it is extinguished. But the big fire does not extinguish. Therefore, the big fire or Krishna is infallible. His name is Achyuta. Infallible. The Mahabharata philosopher says that we are in Maya, and as soon as the Maya is taken away, we are God. So, we are not God, but we manifest our godly qualities when Maya is taken away. So long we are covered by Maya, our godly qualities are not manifest. But we are not God. Or you are God, but not that God, that big God, but you are a particle one. You can say, I am God, but you are not that original chief God, that you are not. This is our philosophy, and that is very genuine. How can I be God? If I am God, then why I have lost my godly qualities? Or why my godly qualities are now covered? This is very common sense. The godly qualities are there, just like a small particle of the spark, it is carbon. When it comes out of the fire, then it is extinguished. But if you put again to the fire, it is carbon again brightened. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God, but if we fall down from the association of God, then we become appearing like material. But we are not material. It appears that extinguished. This is simultaneously achinta bheda tattva. We are simultaneously one and different. As part and parcel in quality, we are one. But in quantity, God is great, we are small part. So, originally we have got all these qualities, satta, saucham, daya, khanti, styaga, santosha, arjavam, samodamastapashyamam, titikhoparatishratam. Everything is there. But due to material contamination, especially in this age, Kali Yuga, the Kali Yuga is very strong, time is very strong, that even in contact, coming in contact with Krishna consciousness, they are falling. They are falling. That is due to Kali Yuga. Therefore, Mother Dharitri is Sochami Rahitang Lokam Papana Kolina Asritam. Now the Kali Yuga has come. I am thinking that I am very much disturbed that people are losing their original qualities. These qualities are not to be acquired. These qualities are there, but it is covered. Just like a sharpened knife, the cutting power is there, but when it is covered by dirt, it does not cut. So this is due to our material contamination. Therefore we have to revive it. That sharpness we have to revive. That is Krishna consciousness movement. If one is actually Krishna conscious, then these qualities will be visible in his person. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvai Gunai Tattva Samasate Sura. That is the test. If one is actually advanced in Krishna consciousness, he will not find any fault in him. That is Krishna consciousness. Dasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana. If one has got unflinching faith and devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana. Sarvai gunai. All the good qualities, these are the good qualities mentioned here. Sattang, Sauchang, Samodamo, Santu, Svajyavam, Samo. So many. 26 good qualities of Vaishnava. These good qualities will be manifest. Then we understand, oh, here is actually a pure devotee. A pure devotee cannot be contaminated. Just like God cannot be contaminated. But we are part and parcel, a small God. We can say, God, I am God. But if you have got sense, then you will say that I am not the great God, but I am small God. That is sense. Because you have got the God qualities, you are not the supreme. That is not possible. Supreme is supreme. Nitya nityanam, chetanas chetananam. That is the Vedic injunction. That he is the chief of the eternals. We are all eternal. Na hannate hannamane sarire. We are not lost or dead on account of annihilation of this body. That is not possible. Nitya sasatayang na hannate hannamane sarire. As God is eternal, we are also eternal. As God is Shasvata, we are also Shasvata. But small. Achinta Vedava. This is our philosophy. So Krishna consciousness movement means to revive the original consciousness. If one is actually in Krishna, he is truthful, truthfulness. These are the qualities. Cleanliness. Always clean. Taking thrice bath. Cloth clean. Mind clean. Body clean. Activities clean. Desire clean. Thinking clean. Everything clean. No contamination. This is the test. I am doing all nasty things and I am advertising. I have advanced. What rascal you are advancing? You are doing all nonsense and you are advanced. And they have no shame even to call them shameless. Shameless, even not gentlemen. Cheating. And still he is advertising, I am advanced. But a person who is actually in Krishna consciousness or actually sadhu shastra guru vakko tinete koriya oikko. We have to, just like if you go to the chemical laboratory, you are testing the characteristic. In the book, there is characteristic. Even an ordinary chemical. Now they say, take for example, salt. It is called, chemical name is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. So in the book you will find sodium chloride and the characteristics, it is like this, it is like this, it is like this. The color, the taste, the composition, so many things are there. Similarly, how we are testing the purity of sodium chloride from the books. Similarly, here is the characteristic of pure devotee. The characteristic. So you test whether he is truthful. It is not truthful, sir. Then he is not pure devotee. He is doing something, he promised before the spiritual master, before the deity, before the fire, no illicit sex, but he is having illicit sex. How he is advanced? How is advanced? He is not even truthful. The first qualification. He is unclean. To truthfulness, Souchang, means very clean. Very clean means that we utter this mantra, Apavitra pavitra va sarvavasthangato piva jasmare pundarikakham sa bhaiya abhantaram suchi. Suchi. Souchang, suchi. So, the devotee must be clean inside and outside, both. Outside cleaning by taking bath, washing the body with oil or soap or soda, and inside materially there will be no unclean things, stool, unnecessary stool. That means one must evacuate every morning and evening. If we eat more, then we have to evacuate twice. But if we eat less, then once evacuation is sufficient. It is said, Yogi, Bhogi and Rogi. Yogi means spiritually advanced, and Bhogi means materialist, and Rogi means diseased. It is a common saying. A yogi evacuates only once. That is yogi. And bhogi, because he eats more, so he evacuates twice. And one who evacuates more than twice, he is rogi, diseased. Yogi, bhogi, rogi. So everything has got a routine, Souchang. So you will feel healthy. If you have evacuated nicely, you have washed inside and outside, taken your bath, then you will feel always refreshed. And unless you feel refreshed, you cannot very nicely chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra or serve Krishna. Then cleanliness is required. Apavitra pavitra va. But apavitra pavitra va sarvavasthangatva. If one takes to Krishna consciousness and follows the rules and regulations, then automatically he becomes clean inside and outside. Automatically. Apavitra pavitra va. What for we are accepting initiation? In any condition, we shall be purified by chanting Hare Krishna. Cheta darpana marjana. If we chant really, there are 3 stages of chanting. One chanting is with offense, beginning. There are 10 kinds of offenses, we have described many times. If we chant with offense, that is one stage. If we chant offenseless, that is one stage. And if we chant pure, offenseless is not yet pure. We are trying to make offenseless, but not yet offenseless. But when there is pure chanting, that is success. Nam, Namabhas, and Shuddhana. So our aim is, this was discussed, you'll find in Chaitanya Charitamrita, discussion between Haridas Thakur and a Brahmin. So, by chanting, you can come to the highest stage of perfection. In the beginning, there may be offenses, but if you try to avoid the offenses, then it is namabhas. Namabhas means not actually pure name, but almost pure. Namabhas and Shuddhana. When one chants Shuddhana, name, holy name of God, then he is on the platform of loving platform with Krishna. That is the perfectional stage. And in Namabha stage, not in pure, marginal, between pure and offensive. That is mukti, you become mukta, liberated from material bondage. And if we chant offensively, then we remain in the material world. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, Namakhar bahir hoy, nama nahi hoy. It is mechanical. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But actually it is not Hare Krishna. Namakhar, naam bahir hoy, namakhar, nama nahi hoy. So we must be purely chanting. But we should not be disappointed. Even impure, but therefore we must have fixed chanting process. Because we are not in the pure stage. Therefore, by force, just like a boy in the school, we had this training in our childhood school. Our teacher would ask me, you write 10 pages handwriting. So that means practicing 10 pages, my handwriting will be set up. See, even if we do not follow 16 down, where is the question of chanting Hare Krishna? So don't be artificial, don't be, a show bottle. Be real thing. And that is what. If you want real benefit of spiritual life, don't be show bottle. You know show bottle?
Yes.
In medical shop, a big bottle, it is full of water only. And color is red or blue or something like that. But a real medicine does not require, not. Real medicine does not require a show bottle. A small, if one can chant purified, offenseless, once Krishna now, he is free from all material bondage. Once only. একা কৃষ্ণ নামে যত পাপ হরে পাপী হয়ে তত পাপ করিবারে নাই. So, Shaucham means inward cleanliness and outward cleanliness. Shaucham. Inside you should be purely thinking, no contamination. We should not think anyone as my enemy. Everyone is friend. I am not pure, therefore I am thinking somebody as my enemy. There are so many symptoms. So Shaucham, one should be clean inside and outside. Sattam Shaucham Daya. That they had already explained. Daya means to become compassionate to the fallen. One who has fallen, one is in distress. So actually the whole population at the present moment, they are fallen. Krishna says, Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharati abhuthana dharmasya tadatmanam sijamaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samasthapanarthaya sambhavami jigeri. So at the present moment in the Kali Yuga, practically they are all demons. All demons. So if Krishna, of course, sometimes it will come that Krishna has to come here simply to kill the demon. That is Kalki Avatar. That is described by Jayadev Goswami. What is that? Kesavadhita kalki sarira jaya jagadisha hare. Kalo dhumoketu mima kimapi karalam mlecha nivaha nidhane kalo atikara balam. Mlecha. The mlecha, this word, javon. There are words in Vedic language. Mlecha, javon. Javon means meat eaters. Javon. It does not mean only Europeans are javon and Americans, not Indians are not javon. No, anyone who eats meat is a javon. Javon means meat eater. And mlecha means unclean. One who does not follow Vedic principles is called mlecha. Just like, as the Mohammedans say, kafir. One who does not follow Muslim religion, they are called kafir. That is religion point of view. And the Christians say heathens. One who does not follow Christian religion, they are called heathens, is it not? Similarly, anyone who does not follow Vedic principle, he is called mlecha. So, time will come when nobody will follow Vedic principles of life. Therefore, mlecha. So, mlecha nivaha, when all the people will become mlechas, nobody following the Vedic principles. Mlecha nivaha, nidhane, that time there is no more preaching, simply killing. Nivaha nidhane kalau atikara. In this age, very fearful, not feature, but action is very fearful. Mlecha nivaha nidhane kalyo atikara vala. Dhumaketu miva. Just like now they are apprehending the appearance of a comet. So Krishna will appear just like a comet. Dhumaketu miva. Dhumaketum eva. Dhumaketu miva. Kalo atikara vala. So that is the end of Kali Yuga. People will be so mlechachar, unclean, habits, they dull. Now they have already begun. They have no brain, even big so-called. Mahavadana, very magnificent incarnation, magnanimous. Mahavadana, Namo Mahavadana, Krishna Prema, is giving Krishna Prema, love of Krishna. One cannot understand Krishna. It is so difficult. Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid jatati siddhaya, jatatam abhisidhyana kaschid. To understand Krishna is not easy job. But Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so compassionate. Not only he is giving himself, Krishna, but he is giving Krishna prema, love of Krishna. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's avatar. Daya, Mahavadana avatar. So whatever Krishna consciousness movement is going forward, it is due to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's magnanimous compassion for the poor people suffering in this Kali Yuga. Otherwise, to become Krishna conscious is not very easy job. It's not easy job. So, those who are getting the chance of becoming Krishna conscious by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they should not lose the opportunity. It will be suicidal. Don't fall down. It is very easy. Simply chanting by Hare Krishna mantra, not always 24 hours, although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends, Kirtaniya Sadahari, always chant. That is the principle. But we cannot do that because we are so much overwhelmed by the influence of Kali. So at least 16 rounds, don't miss this. Don't miss this. What is the difficulty? 16 rounds. At most it will take 2 hours. You have got 24 hours. You want to sleep, all right, sleep. 10 hours sleep. That is not recommended. Don't sleep more than 6 hours. But they want to sleep. They want to sleep 24 hours. That is their desire. Kali Yuga. But no, then you will be wasting time. Minimize eating, sleeping, mating and defending. When it is nil, that is perfection. Because these are bodily necessities. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, that is bodily necessities. But I am not this body. Dehinasmin yatha dehi kuman. So that realization takes time. But when we are actually advancing in Krishna consciousness, we must know our duty. Sleeping not more than 6 hours, at most 8 hours. At most, those who cannot control, but not 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, no. Then what is the use of? Somebody went to see an advanced devotee, and at 9 o'clock he was sleeping, and he is advanced devotee. Is not that? So, what kind of devotee? Devotee must rise early in the morning by 4 o'clock. But 5 o'clock he must finish his bathing and other things. Then he take to chanting and so on. 24 hours business must be there. So sleeping is not good. The Goswamis used to sleep only 2 hours. I also like at night more. I also sleep, not more than 3 hours, but I take some time, little sleep more. Not like I don't imitate the Goswami. That is not possible. But as far as possible, so everyone should try to avoid. And avoid sleeping means if we eat less, then we will avoid eating, sleeping. After eating, there is sleeping. So if we eat more, then more sleep. If we eat less, then less. Eating, sleeping, mating. And mating should be avoided. That is a great stricture. Sex life should be minimized as far as possible. Therefore we have got this restriction, no illicit sex. Sex life we don't say, that you cannot do, nobody can do. Therefore, sex life means married life, a little concession, a license, you take this license. But not illicit sex, then you will never be able. So, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, we are defending so many ways, but still what is there? And the onslaught of material nature, your country is defending so nicely, but now the petrol is taken away, you cannot defend. Similarly, everything can be taken away at any moment. So depend on Krishna for defenses. Avasya Rakhibe Krishna, this is called surrender. Surrender means Krishna says that you surrender unto me. Sarvadharman Parityajya. Let us believe this, that Krishna is asking to surrender. Let me surrender. He must protect me in danger. That is called surrender. Now I am surrendering to Krishna, but for my defense I am making other arrangement. Then I have no faith in Krishna. If I believe in Krishna, then we must believe that Krishna is aham tang sarvapapi phamokhoshami. Believe. Sattang sauchang daya khanti. Khanti means toleration. What is that? See, khanti.
Self-control even if there's cause of anger.
Yes, tolerant, yes. Khanti. We should not be intolerant. Even somebody has done some wrong unto me. Tapasya, khamarupa tapasyana. Tapasya, those who are advancing in Krishna consciousness, undergoing tapasya, austerities, their first qualification is to forgive the offender. This is the qualification. Tapasyana, khamarupa tapasyana. Then tyaga. Tyaga means to give your energy for Krishna. Everyone is giving energy for his sense gratification. When you give our energy, Krishna, pararthe pragna utsije. This is Chanakya Pandit. Sannimitte param tyaga. Vinashe niyate sati. Sannimitte param tyaga. Tyaga means to give in charity for others' benefit. That is called tyaga. So, what is the best tyaga? When you give up everything, that there is no question of such thing. You do your best, but depend the result on Krishna. That is what. If somebody comes to attack you, you must also attack. You first attack. But you should not think that I am so powerful, I can gain victory over it. Depend on Krishna. Do your best. Yuddha samavanusma. This is our point. When there is question of fight, we have to fight. Just like in Bombay, we fought. But the result is dependent on Krishna. We have come out victorious. There is no hope of getting that land. It was regular fight. The whole Bombay city became agitated. Yes, in Bombay. But we are victorious because it's dependent on Krishna. I thought, simply I prayed to Krishna, my dear Lord, you are seated there on that place. If you are removed, then it will be suicidal. You must remain there. My only prayer was that. I don't care for this land, but you are seated there. I cannot tolerate this insult that you will be removed from there. So Krishna saved our face. He is still living. So, we should be like that. We should fight to our best, but depend the result on Krishna. Don't try to take the credit for yourself. That is one.
So, Srila Prabhupada, should devotees in ISKCON, should a certain section of devotees in ISKCON be trained as Kshatriyas? Should they be specially trained?
Well, a devotee is neither Kshatriya, neither Brahman. He is servant of Krishna. That's all. These Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they are on the material platform. On the spiritual platform, there is no such distinction. A spiritual platform, the master and the servant. You remain a servant. If you have to act as Kshatriya, act like that. If you have to as a Brahmin, act like that. If you are that is our superficial. A devotee is always servant of God. Whatever service is required, as a Brahmin, as a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, it doesn't matter. We are ready. It does not mean that because we are fighting, we become Kshatriya. No. Saguna, these are the division of the three qualities. But a devotee is above. You have to become a pure devotee, not a Kshatriya, not a Brahman, not a... That is not required. All right.
Question. You said that one mistake of the neophyte devotee is to think that he is suffering under some condition, some distress, and that is due to the circumstances under which the distress occurred. And my question is, can the change of one's service, can changing the type of service one's performing, can that help him to achieve the desired perfection in relationship with the spiritual master and Krishna?
So, what is the real proposal? I do not follow.
Well, suppose
why don't you say frankly? This is why in a jugglery way. Tell what is the fact.
Well, like if one is in a big temple, he's a cook in a big temple.
Yeah.
And
in the big temple, the cooker and
the
the man who is worshipping the deity and the man who is sweeping over, they are all one. There is no distinction. There is no such material. In the material world, if somebody is doing nice job, he is greater, and if somebody is not nice job, he is smaller. In spiritual world, there is no such distinction.
So if one is like that in a comfortable situation,
comfortable situation is also sense gratification. Any situation, we shall have to serve Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. Not that if it is comfortable to me, I shall do it. That is sense gratification. That is sense gratification. That is not spiritual. That is material. Comfortable or uncomfortable, it doesn't matter. If Krishna wants it, I must do it. That is what. That is what. As soon as I discriminate, this is comfortable, this is uncomfortable, and that is material.
But how can we know what type of service Krishna wants?
Therefore you have got spiritual master. Why he is there? Therefore you have to accept spiritual master. He will give you direction. You cannot do it. If you manufacture your own, then go to hell. Yasya devi parabhakti yatha devi tatha guru. Tasyaiti kadita. Krishna is there, Guru is there. Why should you manufacture your own way? If you are sincere, Krishna will dictate from within. Tesam satadriktanam bhajatam pritipurvaka. Find out this verse. Tesam satadriktanam bhajatam pritipurvaka. Buddhiju gamgadamitam. Krishna is ready to give you instruction. The spiritual master is ready. Why should you do at your whims and do something wrong and go to hell? Yes.
Tejam zatata yukanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
That's all. Krishna is within you. He'll give you. As soon as you become a pure devotee, all dictation will come from within. And besides that, Krishna is helping. Inside and outside. Outside the spiritual master, inside Krishna himself. Where is the difficulty? Simply we have to become sincere, that's all. Everything is there. But if we become cheaters, we do say something before Krishna, before spiritual master, we are fire, and do something else, then there is no question of dictation from Krishna. You do your at least. Sakarmana, by your own work, you suffer or enjoy. There is no enjoyment, simply suffer, that's all. Material world, there is no question of enjoyment. Simply we concoct, this is enjoyment. This is not enjoyment, it is suffering.
Srila Prabhupada, you spoke about the three stages of chanting, and you were speaking about the middle stage, the clearing stage. Is that, I didn't quite understand how that was explained. Is that like we're trying not to be offensive? It's offensive, but we're trying.
No, you do not try to be offensive, but because your past habit, you become offensive. Therefore 10 kinds of offenses should be avoided. That we speak and give in least an initiation. There should be 10 kinds of offenses should be avoided. Guru avagya suti shastra nindanam, samvas subhakriya mati pramada, namnat balad jasya papa vidhi. These are things. The most offensive is that Krishna, by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, I become sinless. So in the morning let me do, or at night let me do all sinful activities. In the morning I shall chant Hare Krishna and everything will be nullified. This is the greatest offense. Namnat balad jasahi papa buddhi. Because I am chanting, therefore I can do anything sinful. It will be counteracted. This is the greatest rascal and sinful activities. Namnat balad jasahi papa buddhi. Papa buddhi. By chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we become immediately sinless. That's a fact. But why shall I commit again? Just like the Christian people, they go to the church, confession. Sir, I did this, all these sinful activities. All right, pay me something. Again, from Monday, beginning sinful activities come on Sunday. These are not allowed. You can
त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मं वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु